All right, Sammy, we are going to start. We're going to
Yeah.
officially welcome you because what the guys viewing when they view this video, it's going to be exciting because we've done it twice. What they don't realize is that you and I did this whole thing about 2 weeks ago, and we had a great. I was very funny. I was very clever. You were also funny, and you're
Yes.
also very clever, but we didn't record it
Yes.
very well, and they could only see us and they couldn't hear us. So we're back again. So first of all, thank you. Thank you for
No
coming
problem.
back again. I'm just going to ask that you're equally as funny tonight. So the jokes that you made last time, same jokes, because the guys haven't
Yes.
heard them, so you can say whatever you like and be very funny. Now, if I
Yes.
remember back, we started talking about where we've known each other in what did we decide, 12 years? 15 years? How long have
Yes.
we been mates?
We have been 15 years, 2008.
2008. So it's been a while. We used to work together at a place called Bankwest, for those who are from Australia and know Bankwest. Those who are overseas wouldn't have heard. It was a banking thing, and we used to hang out together and do leadership stuff and do development stuff. And we were clever back then, weren't we, mate?
Absolutely. So I think everyone used to say, you're the best.
And now, moving forward 12 years, we're just a little bit older. We've both now got more kids, and we had a risk of dad bod, so we've got into the dad bod thing. So for the guys listening in, just give us a bit of a snapshot of, and I think if I remember asking this last time, your journey from where you were in the last sort of, from your youth right the way through to your dad bod sort of time now. How old are you now, Sam?
I say 25, but I'm 40.
You're really 40. Wow. You don't actually look 40. You've done well. I reckon that's maybe your Sikh turban is pulling the wrinkles back, and maybe it's making you look a lot younger. That's why you wear the headgear. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's no, that's not the reason I do, but it does sort of, my hairs are not revealed, so I've lost quite a few. But yeah.
Okay. You stay hidden, and anybody could know. And there's no grey hairs. You can't see any grey hairs. So you could be 30 or you could be 50. No one really knows.
No, yeah, that's a secret.
All right, give us the journey, mate. Where did you, in your earlier days, were you fit, young, strong, healthy? Go through to 40. What have you done? Where have you come in and out of shape physically?
Yeah, good question, Mike. So I think I have gone other way around. So when I was quite young, so I was in 20s, I used to eat almost anything and everything and I was not conscious about health. And later 20s and around 27, 28, I realized, yep, now health is important. Then I was aware, but I was not well educated. So as I mentioned last time, I was going to gym, coming back, drinking juice, eating fries, and go to Subway and eat like fit fries. I don't know if they still sell. So I was not aware what I'm eating. But eventually, I think during 30s and late 30s, yeah, got much more information about what to eat and how much eating or healthy eating is important. And I think this is part of self-awareness and logging what I eat and eating the right thing and exercising properly. So I think education has been a big part in my journey. And I believe I come the other way around, where I was not that fit when I was in late 20s and 30s. Now I believe, yeah, I'm in the best form now.
So when did you start to be interested in the nutrition, the education, understanding a bit more about the wellness side? What age were you?
I think it was a journey. So it started around late 20s, around say 29, 20, 28, 29. I started learning about it. So I had my gym mate, so his name is Kamal. He talked about carbohydrates. So he talked about when you go back after the workout, do not eat or eat limited carbs. I had no clue what carbs were, or I know carbohydrates, but was not sort of aware that what effect it can have on your health if you take excessive.
Mm.
But I learned, I think that was the starting point, and then I got interest, and yeah, things keep on moving. Right people come to my
Yep.
life and more, so it moved on from that point.
Just hang on one sec, Sammy. Come here. I've got children saying good night. Good night, buddy. That's my friend Sam. Sam from Dad Bod. Good night, buddy.
Night, Daddy.
Love you, buddy. See you in the morning. I'll come and see you when I finish chatting to Sam. Okay. Sorry, Sam. Kids interruptions.
Right. No problem. That was Cooper.
That was Cooper. Cooper's now 10. So how old is, your daughter's Bindi. No, what's your daughter's name?
Pani.
Barney, that's right. Yes. And she's now 9. Did we decide that?
No, 7. 7.
7. So I think there's going to be another
Yes.
one coming out in a minute. So Ava is 7 too. So she's the same age as Ava, isn't she?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And yeah, come here, bud. Say hi to Sammy.
Hey.
They're off to bed. It's bedtime. You've got one of these just like this at home, Sam. So you know how much
Yes.
trouble they are. Sammy's got a daughter exactly the same age as you. Good night, babe. I love you. Good morning. I'll come and see you in a sec. Sorry, Sam. So, Sam, you when you look at your education now, in the last few years, obviously you've learnt a bunch about food and carbohydrates and training. How has that changed how you eat and how you exercise based on a little bit more knowledge?
Yeah, I think it's anything I do, anything. So if I'm eating, it's just a conscious decision now. It is
Yes.
not a rush to throw things in my mouth because they're tasty or I'm hungry or whatever. And even I do it, I know I haven't done the right thing. So there's a bit of guilt there as well. I think awareness is being a prior thing. So once you are educated, and then there's a better chance of self-awareness, and you know if you're overeating, you know if you're not eating well, and you know if you're not exercising, and the effect it has on your body. So I think that's the main thing. So once you get the right information, right education, you gain a self-awareness, and then it becomes habit. So I think I don't see I'm sort of perfect or I do all the right things, but I'm aware whether I'm doing right or wrong now. I was not aware before.
So where's your biggest challenge? If I looked at food, movement, sleep, mindset, where do you find that you aren't as disciplined or maybe slip off the track when it comes to looking after your wellness?
I think it's food. For me, it is food. So I was sort of estimating whether or thinking I was like spent just now. I had my dinner. I log what I eat because I eat too much, and I was thinking, should I have more? It's not I'm not hungry. It's just I think I want to eat more if I can. But again, for me, I love eating food, but I won't make a calorie deficit at least for a week. But that's my major challenge.
And is this because your wife cooks beautiful food, or are you more food at work or outside the home? Do you have sort of favorite foods that you just, when you're out, you go, that's the food I crave, or is it just the amount of food you eat?
I think I like amount of good food. So yes, my wife cooks well, and she loves cooking, and I love eating.
Well done.
So perfect match. But yeah, that's the thing. I can eat more. So I tell to my mummy. So if I can eat all the sweets, and someone tells me you would not gain weight, I will eat. I have a sweet tooth, and I love eating sweets and everything else. But that's my major challenge. So.
So what's your? Because you've been in the Dad Bod group since we started, and some of the others. There's a lot of guys who are going to watch this who can relate to the same sort of things you're facing, where they do okay, but then they get tempted by food or they stop exercise. What's your hack? What is something, if you had someone who joined Dad Bod and was just starting out, where would you say is some of the areas they should focus on? What's some of the inside secrets that give you the results that you've got?
Yeah, I think it's everyone is different, Mike. As you know, we try stuff, some things work and others not, and they are different for different bunch of people. So I think it's just what I see, things that worked 5 years ago, they no longer work
Mm.
because I am in a different sort of stage of my life. So calorie deficit
Okay.
worked,
Yep.
it's not no longer working. So I think the tricks and the hacks, they're all good, but they're unique to where we are in our stage of life. And
Yes.
yeah, and our personality in general. So I'll show you. I committed to myself. I'm just turning this around. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, so
Uh,
you're letting us inside the secrets in Sam's life. Oh,
yeah, this can you see this whiteboard?
I can see it. Yes, mate. Yeah, mate. I can see it.
Yeah. So can you see eat under 550 kilojoules?
Yes, yes, I can. 506.
So
So
this is
read it out, mates, for the guys who are going to look. What's the purpose of the board? What does it say?
oh, it is in my study. So it is quite a few other things that might sort of plan for the week, for the yeah my to-do list and other things which I want to achieve in life. So I put that in front of
Mm.
my study, so I keep on referring it. So one of the things I mentioned is eat per day less than 550 kilojoules. Uh, it sometimes it works. At least I know if I'm following it or not, and I'm tracking it. So this is, I think this is, I'm trying it. I hope that works because it has worked before. But again, I think everyone is different. The message is really, I think, keep on trying different things, and once something works, don't sort of give up. Be consistent,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So, all right. So, I'm just a couple of questions, mate. So you're currently doing a 550 kilojoule total calorie day, yeah?
Yes.
And that's to achieve what? What's the plan? Why are you doing
Uh,
that?
I have excess fat around my belly, so the intent
Okay.
is to get rid of that, and
Okay.
it has been there for years. So
So so how many kilojoules have you removed from your regular intake? What's the difference between the 550 and your normal kilojoule intake
600, around 600.
is normal?
Yeah. So if I take 600 more, that will be normal. So I'm
Okay.
reducing it by 600, and I
So
don't
you've cut
want
it
to
cut it
reduce.
in half.
No, 600 kilojoules. So if yeah, so 600 kilojoules is my normal.
Okay.
My calorie which is 600 kilojoules, which is not a lot, but again, I think I want to be consistently
Mm.
eat less and get into the
Yep.
habit of yeah having a constant rather than big chunks of starvation.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And so what do you do? So that's your food side, your movement and sleep. What's your routine? How often do you exercise and what do you do?
For exercise, I do all my exercise in the morning and when everyone is sleeping. So do weights, kettlebells, and club bells. I am doing that from
Mm.
last, I think, 5 years. I quite enjoy that, and I don't have problem with sleep. So around 7.5 hours of sleep I need every night, and
Mm.
yeah, I wake up fresh. When I have 7 hours, I'm fresh, and in the morning I try to do heavy weights, not a lot of reps to for conditioning and strength. That's my main sort of objective.
So what time do you work out in the morning? What time do you get up?
I get up. I put an alarm around 4, 4:30, and I'm off my bed
Wow.
in 4:45, and training starts around 5:45. So 5:45,
Okay.
45 minutes and or half an hour. That's every 5 days.
Okay.
the 1 day
Wow.
running.
Okay. And so you must go to bed, what, 9:30 at night at a time?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. I know that obviously works for you, yeah. And then during the day, do you fast during the day, or do you have 3 meals a day? What does your eating look like?
I started intermittent fasting and skipping breakfast. So I, don't have breakfast, and I drink coffee around 11:30 and try
Yeah.
to do lunch late up to around 2 o'clock. And so at some point, I want to skip my coffee and fast longer. So that's
Cool.
my ultimate goal. Yeah. So I
And
want to
you
have two.
and from memory, you meditate, you do meditation and breathing and things like that, yeah?
Yes, yes. So that's in the morning. So I wake up, general hygiene, and after shower, I deep breathing meditation for 15 minutes, and then
Oh,
I
okay.
exercise. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. And I told you this last time, I'm going to tell you again. You're the one who got me into meditation. So finally, after, because I know you're a meditator, and I know it's part and parcel of your wellness, but also part of your religion. And I've resisted the urge to meditate, but now I meditate every day. So you'd be proud of me. It's taken me 12 years to listen to your noise and your advice, but finally I've decided that meditation is pretty cool. It is a skill, though. It does take a long time to actually understand and apply, and I guess
Yes.
reap the rewards of meditation, because initially it's quite difficult and you feel like you're not getting anything from it. But now it's just starting
Yes.
to all fall into place. So I get why people are so excited about meditation. It is an amazing experience, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. So do you do breathing? What sort of meditation do you do?
Yeah, I do. So I do both. A bit like yourself, I do meditation for somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes every morning. And
Okay.
then I then do a series of breathing. So I do the Wim Hof breathing routine, which is breathing and breath retention. So deep breathing, and then holding my breath for somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes. So it's a retention based breathing. So to develop breath retention. So it's a combination of breathing and meditation together, and then do a workout. So similar to yourself, I think one of the key things, I think one of the dad bod things that we encourage is having that robust routine. It doesn't matter, the
Yes.
guys listening in, what your routine is. It's developing a routine that works for you, and the human beast loves to have that comfort of routine. You've obviously got your routine that works for you. In the evenings, do you have a routine that leads into your bedtime?
Yes, and in the evening there is not a lot of time, so there's family time. So we watch a bit of TV and have dinner, and then play with my daughter, and then get her to sleep. But yeah, there's not a lot that we do in night. So 9:30, 9 o'clock we go to bed. So not a lot of
Yeah.
time to do much. But yeah, that's evening. I think majority of my time is it's in the morning when everyone else is sleeping.
Yeah, and that works. And what about your friends and people in your community? Do you have guys of your age who admire what you're doing and are in that sort of that quintessential dad bod period between the 40 to 60, where they're not in the shape they want to be, and they're getting a bit overweight, or they're not as well as they want to be? Do you mentor or encourage those guys to get onto some sort of wellness journey?
I think if someone asks for it, then yes, the things which I've learned, I share openly and say, yeah, the carbohydrates and the amount of food. Uh, but I think the motivation must come from inside, and
Mm,
the preaching doesn't help. It just works the other way around. So if someone is really interested, then yes, why not? So I try to hear as much as I know. But I generally do not preach or do not sort of say this is right or wrong. Uh,
mm.
but yeah, over a period of time, I've learned, and this motivation must come from your inside, because there are things that you will lose, things that you have to sacrifice And if you're prepared for that, the benefits are there, but that level of commitment needs to come from your heart, from your inside. It cannot be forced. So yeah,
And
that's
I
what
think
I
that's
believe.
what, yeah, I think that's a really good point. I think a lot of people underestimate not what you have to do to be in good shape, to have holistic wellness, the food, the movement, the sleep, the mindset, to do all that. It's not what you have to do, it's what you have to give up to be
Yes.
able to achieve, to the be you do have to have those results. You have to give up certain aspects of your life, whether it's giving up the foods that you aren't serving you, aren't helping you, but you love them. Whether it's
Yes.
whether it's laying in bed an extra hour in the morning and not getting out of bed and doing some exercise, whether it's going to bed late and not having enough sleep, whether it's allowing stress and a shit mindset, you have to give
Yes.
up those to achieve the
Yes.
result. So everyone kind of thinks when you're on a dad bod journey, this is what I have to do. It's more, as you say, not what you have to do, but what you have to give up. And it takes
Yes.
an amazing amount of discipline to be able to say, I am now prepared to give up shit
Yes.
food. I'm prepared to give up bad sleep. I'm prepared to give up these things because they are so addictive, aren't they?
Yes, yes, they are. They are. And I think it's good to give up. This is, we call that as a sacrifice, but these are the things which are not serving you. So there's no point continuing with that. But it is difficult because that is ingrained in your thinking, and without even you think, you consume that stuff or do that stuff. So that all these habits, let's call them bad habits, they're not serving us, they're not helping anyone. So ideally we should, but to work it out needs to be commitment, and yeah, that all that must come from inside, and that's anything, Mike. And if you want to learn a new skill, if you want to prosper in our career, doesn't matter. If you want to achieve something significant, there needs to be some level of sacrifice, and yeah, wellness is not no different, I believe.
And I think you're right. I think sacrifice is good. I think these, one of the luxuries we have is a very comfortable lifestyle where, we live in air conditioning, we live in comfort and convenience, and we don't, on a day-to-day basis, have to sacrifice or have to do without. So it's actually
Yes,
good. It feels good for your soul to be able to
yes,
put yourself in a state and a place where you are sacrificing, where you are doing something a little bit tougher, pushing the extra mile, engaging your discipline and your mindset. That's a really good thing for your spirit. We don't have to do that
yes,
very often, so it's not something that most of us are used to doing. So it
yes.
takes the next step of discipline, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
that's true.
And it's interesting because the guys on the Dead Bod group, who, and some of them will be listening into this, a lot of them want the results. They want the physicality, they want the wellness, they want all the good stuff, but they still are hanging on to either the stories from the past. When I was young, this happened, or when I was young, I used to be fit and now I can't, or they're hanging on to those stories, or they're not prepared to let it go. So, any last tips, young Sam? If you met a new dad bodder out there and they said, give us your biggest number one dad bod hack, you've been in the group since the beginning. What's a couple of takeaways from the group that you'd like to share?
I think one of the main thing is being a part of a group. One of the main sort of outcomes, or one of the main benefits, is the good company you are with. So you are going live, other members are posting their comments, their journeys. So you're in the right mindset, you're with the right people in the right company telling you the right things. And coming back to your question around what we can do. So if someone is thinking, okay, when I was young, all these past stories, I think, like the group, try to be in the good company, and the group is one, and there are YouTube videos about all the people who are very old, but they're doing significantly well when it comes to wellness. Books, there are material on the web. I think if you start looking for such examples, they are really good motivation, because people have transformed their life, and I don't know if you know. There's one Navy SEAL. I've got his book. I haven't listened to it. So tough, you cannot hurt me. You must have seen that guy. So that he was very sort of I don't know. He has an incredible sort of journey. So I think if you listen and be in their company, then again they are good sort of motivators that tells us really anything is possible, and they are the key motivators. And I think that's something that motivates me. Would imagine it will motivate others as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a good call because from my perspective, I don't always see that because I see guys like yourself who are in the group, and a lot of the time you're just watching. You're watching and reading and learning and being part of it. And I don't, there's 100 odd guys in there now, and we get some level of engagement. But I think just being in a group with guys who are on the same journey, going through the same stuff, even though it doesn't seem to be a lot of conversation all the time, being surrounded by other guys who are doing the same thing, same level of motivation with the same challenges is a good, motivating, safe place to be where guys can feel comfortable. It's better than sitting on the couch watching TV. It's better than doing this. It's better than taking your mind to other places or allowing other people to influence you. You need to surround yourself with other people who are doing the same thing, who are positive, who are wanting the same results. And then eventually a lot of that information starts to seep in and keeps the motivation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be as we are in the good company. So yeah, everything is getting virtual now, and these books really help. So I think it's a great initiative from you, Mike. It's not easy to consistently post good stuff, good content, and I know it is. You have to be very committed to do that. So I congratulate you for what you do, and be more motivation for us and all others.
That's great, mate. Well, it's nice to get the feedback because I think if we as a group can help guys. There's been a bunch of guys who come into the group who were a bit uncomfortable to start with, and they weren't sure, and they've become more comfortable and they've got some good results, and they're starting to open up. If we as a group can influence and encourage guys to be part of the Dad Bod journey, and we save a few lives and a few marriages and a few families and a few kids, then that to me is the great reward. We're doing something in a small way, but helping a few people. I think it's a good place and space to be, buddy. So thank you. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Thanks for being part of Dad Bod from the very beginning when I said, Sam, come and join me. You've been a good member from the beginning, so it's been awesome.
Yes, it has been played. My pleasure, Mike, as always.
All right, mate. Thanks for joining us on this chat, buddy. I hope some of the guys have got some good stuff out of your chat. And thanks for actually letting me record it a second time because we've had this conversation before. So now we've got the technology sorted, and we can actually put this one up next few days, and the boys can have a listen.
Great, thank you, Mike. Enjoy.